Woo! Oh, God. Guys, that felt good. That felt fucking good, man. Oh, my God. What a game. What a game. Woo! I kept believing, and I knew everyone at the Maximir kept believing. Everyone in Croatia, everyone who's supporting Croatia kept believing, man. What a game that was. Where to start? Where to start? First of all, let's start with the lineups. Let's start with, you know, how each team stood going into this match and what they needed. You know, League A. Is this Group 4? I can't remember right now. But anyways, Croatia, England, Spain. Spain leading the group 6 points. England second, 4 points. Croatia at the bottom of the group, 1 point. Remember, Croatia's first match versus Spain ended in a 6-0 rout. Croatia's worst ever performance in international matches, friendlies, and competitive games. And it was an embarrassing performance. But they came back well versus England, picked up a 0-0 draw. For England, they lost to Spain in their first match, 2-1. It was a controversial end, you know, Welbeck's disallowed goal. And then England went back to Spain and defeated them. Can't remember the scoreline, but I think it was 3-1 or 3-2. But it was a really good performance by England. Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford coming to the fore there. And the group was set up really, really nicely, you know. Spain had to visit Croatia at the Maximir, Dinamo Zagreb's ground, the national stadium. I think it is the national stadium, right? But the group was set up nicely. Spain 6 points, England 4, Croatia 1. If Croatia wins both their matches versus Spain and England, they will qualify for the finals next year, like I predicted initially, because this is a team who plays second at the World Cup. Guys, it's really cold right now. It's snowing. We have a snowstorm today in November. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. But I remember last month in my live stream, I said Croatia needed 2 wins. And I said, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm predicting Croatia to win both matches. I think I did. I think I did. You know, you got to believe in the team that you're backing right now. And Croatia, they went out there and they performed really, really well, you know. Picking up a very, very, let's say, an improbable 3-2 victory. Guys, it's cold. I'm going to go inside right now. I'm going to finish the rest of this video inside. Plus, the lighting isn't too good out there, but, you know, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, the weather outside. But, you know, Croatia went into this match needing nothing less but a victory. Zlatko Dalic, man. How good has he been for this team? How good has he been? You know, I think he's getting it right. With the 6-0, he was missing some key players, and, you know, they did better in the 0-0 draw versus England, which I think they were lucky to pick up a draw in front of an empty stadium. But this is their first competitive match after the World Cup in front of, you know, a big crowd. Home crowd. Let's say home crowd, because they went to Spain already. But they needed the crowd. Full house at the Maximir. You know, they had no excuses. Zlatko Dalic went into this match with Vida Lovren at the back. The big Lovre Kalinic in goal. Left back, Jedvaj. I think that's the biggest decision, to leave out Pivaric. I don't know if he's injured, but he's in the squad. Leave out Pivaric, who has been a weak point in this team, you know, a weak link. And play Jedvaj, who played right back in the match versus England to great effect. Šime Vesaliko came back into the team. He has been suffering, you know, from a few injuries lately. They had Rakitic and Brozovic in the midfield, with Modric further up top with Perisic, Ribic, and we had Kramaric up top. So it was a good team. Really, really good team. I was really, really satisfied with this team. For Luis Enrique's team, though, I looked at this team and I'm like, this is not a champion side at all. De Gea in goal. We had Inigo Martinez with Sergio Ramos in the back. Jordi Alba, you know, Sergio Roberto at right back. They had Busquets, Dani Ceballos. They had Koke. Was it Saul? I think Koke or Saul, one of them. We had Rodrigo. We had Isco. We had Iago Aspas. I might be forgetting someone. But when you look at this team doesn't look too fierce, believe me. And Asensio on that field, you know, would have made more sense in my opinion, you know. And where is Diego Costa? Where is he? I'm not too sure where Diego Costa is, but it was not a lineup that would, you know, put fear into the hearts of the opponents. Believe me, that's just my opinion. But Croatia, they played really, really well in the first half, you know. They were getting the shots off. Perisic hitting the post. You know, they were getting more opportunities than Spain. And they went into the second half locked 0-0. Coming back into the second half, Kramaric opened the scoring. You know, it was a really, really, you know, good, like, you know, Croatian. I can't remember who the player was, but he, you know, blocked that pass by the Spanish player and headed it into the path of Kramaric, who has been in great form for Hoffenheim this season in the Champions League and in the league. And he made it 1-0 for Croatia. I was like, yeah. But 2 minutes later, man, 2 minutes later, they were back level again. I almost said behind, because Dani Ceballos struck, set up nicely by Isco. Ceballos started that play with a nice back heel, and he, you know, kept his run going, put it past Lovre Kalinic. It was 1-1. Then we had Vlasic coming on for Rakitic. That was a really shock substitution, but Zlatko Dalic is proving that that was a genius move. You know, Rakitic is a more defensive midfielder, holding player, and he will give you the odd goal, but you know, to take him off, that was really gutsy for an unproven player like Vlasic, who's playing his football in CSKA Moscow right now. And, you know, a minute later, Modric with that corner, you know, passing to Kramaric, give it back, and Modric just crossing it over to Jedvaj, who was unmarked at the far post, headed it past David De Gea. You know, the Spanish defense, you know, showing up. But the lead, that lead did not last long. It didn't last long at all. And Rebic, a big miss. It could have been 3-1. Rebic was 1-on-1 with, you know, De Gea, and big save by David De Gea to keep Rebic out. And a minute later, we had Rebic coming off for Brecalo, the young Josip Brecalo, and things happening again. Spain awarded a penalty, double handball by Vasalico. It was the first one was harsh because, let's say, the ball struck his arm and then he fell and the ball came back and hit his arm again. Referee pointed to the spot. Up stepped the captain, Sergio Ramos, and he made it 2-2 again, you know. I was like, oh man, this is really, really frustrating. But Spain, they were teasing. They were really, really teasing. I think just before that goal, Vasalico cleared one off the line. You know, the Spanish attack were relentless, but Croatia just kept defending. They just kept believing, and they kept themselves in the game, you know. 2-2 going into the dying embers of the game, you know. We saw a little scuffle there between Busquets, you know, Perisic and Modric getting involved in the end there. Both players picking up yellow cards. And, you know, Croatia just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And they came up with the goods in the end, you know. Jedvaj, the most unlikeliest player to score that goal. Jedvaj. Make it 3-2. You see me making a video, you're going to come and put the thing in the microwave, man? You kidding me, man? Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, but, you know, that was a awesome display by Croatia, man. 3 goals to 2. You know, showing that never ever say die attitude. Just kept fighting, and they came up with a big 3 points, a big W versus a very deflated Spanish team, coming off the back of a loss versus England and now a loss versus Croatia. The game in Wembley is set up really nicely between England and Croatia. Now England were currently, you know, playing the USA. I was watching that game while watching the Croatia and Spain match. England were 3-0 up. You know, we had goals by Lingard, we had Alexander-Arnold scoring and Callum Wilson scoring. So it was a walk in the park for, you know, the young English boys. Wayne Rooney's testimonial match, his last match in England colours. And England are getting a really nice warm-up before they face Croatia. Believe me, it's going to be one hell of a fixture. It's going to be a hell of a fixture because this Croatian team is not going to back down. They're going to come out and they're going to try their hardest, at least not to get relegated. But they I think, wow, right now it's hard to head-to-head with England, a draw. If Croatia scores and the match ends in a draw, Croatia will survive. England will get relegated because the match in, you know, in Rijeka was a 0-0 draw. So Croatia, it's their game. It's their game to lose, man. It's their game to lose, and it's theirs for the taking. The final is theirs for the taking. They go to England, they go to Wembley, and a win is a must. It's a must-win situation. I'm expecting nothing less but a win. Nothing less but a win. Great performance today. I know this video is pretty long, but I had to get everything out, you know. I had to share my thoughts. Be organic. Share my thoughts. It was a great performance, man. I can't find any faults in this performance. You know, you always gonna get, you know, against a Spanish team, you're gonna have to defend, and you're gonna have to defend well. So you can't say, you know, you can't really criticize the defenders too much. You know, the boys went out there, they fought hard, and they came out with the big victory. You know, congratulations again. And at the beginning of the game, I must mention this, you know, commemorative kits were given to Charluka, Mandzukic, and Subasic. So these players are now retired. So the amount of caps they played were given, you know, the amount of caps were put on a Croatian national jersey and given to the players in a nice plaque for them to put up in their living room. So it was an awesome sight to see. Croatia is rebuilding. Really nice to see Brekalo. Really nice to see Vlasic out there. And, oh man, Jedvaj, breakthrough. Now Jedvaj might hold down a spot in the left-back position or the right-back if Vasaliko is unfit. But he is definitely the man of the match. And Zlatko Dalic, man. Wizardry again by Zlatko Dalic. But guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich. If you're new around here, you never seen me before, you know, consider hitting the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button. Let me know your prediction for the England versus Croatia match in the UEFA Nations League. Let me know if you think Croatia got what it takes to reach all the way to the finals. You know, defeat England, get into the finals, you know, go to past the semi-final stage, because the finals has a semi-finals, and win this thing to give Croatia their first piece of international, you know, silverware. Guys, until next time, man. Peace out. Rich Squad. Vatska.